guys, how you doing today? This is David Lucas back here again. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know I usually put this out beforehand. Now I know I'm a little late to this, but this is basically my first video of 2021. I know I already released another video, but this video is kind of like the first recorded video of 2021. And usually I do my most top 10 anticipated movies of that year coming in, and even though I did last year's, that was pretty much the most wasteful video I've ever done because pretty much nothing came out of that video. Nothing, almost only like a few movies I think came out, hardly even. And so you're going to see like maybe like 2 or repeats or something on this list from last year. It's just how it is. It's just the kind of year we all were having. So let's all hope for a better year, and this is my top 10 for 2021. On the number 10 spot, I'm going to have to give it to Morbius. Morbius is a movie that I actually was not really that excited for at first, and then I started seeing the trailers and hearing more about it, and then it really piqued my interest, especially after that trailer that we had in the beginning of the year of last year. We had that trailer come out, and it really got me hooked. We had Michael Keaton's Vulture, looks like is going to be in there. We got that poster of Spider-Man in the background that looks like a video game version of Spider-Man. From Spider-Man 2. I think that's what it's from, and yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but it's honestly piqued my interest, and it gets me real excited, and it makes me think that we're probably going to end up connecting the universes, possibly. That's what it looks like is going on. I can't hold my breath on it, but that's what it looks like is going on, so that is definitely in one of my top 10 most anticipated. On my number 10 spot, I'm going to have to give it to Many Saints of New York. Yes, guys, Many Saints of New York. That's probably is definitely one of my most anticipated because of The Sopranos. And The Sopranos is probably one of my most favorite TV shows of all time. The Sopranos are amazing. If you've never watched The Sopranos, what are you doing? Go watch The Sopranos. I might actually do a review of The Sopranos on this channel pretty soon, so that's just something I might do. Anyways, Many Saints of New York is a prequel to The Sopranos TV show, and we're basically going to be seeing young Tony, and I think Tony's dad, John Berthal, is playing Tony's dad, is what I've been hearing, and then we're going to see young Uncle June, young Paulie, young Silvio. We're going to be seeing all of them, and it's basically going to be about their time, and I think when Dickie Moltisanti, Chris's dad, is in charge of the mob and all that. So I am really excited about this. I love the cast they have for it. They got James Gandolfini, the guy who plays Tony, playing his son as a younger Tony in this, which is pretty awesome and poetic if you ask me. So I am really excited for Many Saints of New York. In my number 8 spot, I have to give it to Black Widow. Yes, Black Widow was a movie that was supposed to come out last year, and I'm pretty sure it was on my list of most anticipated from last year, and we had trailers and trailers, and it never came, but I am really excited about this, because for one, it's part of the MCU, it's the next installment into the MCU, and we're finally getting a movie of Black Widow, which I've been waiting for a long time, and is long overdue in my opinion. I'm really excited for the cast they got in with David Harbour and Florence Pugh, and then we get to see her family, and kind of see like what her actual life is, and we get to see who actual Black Widow is. And I'm really excited for the villain, Taskmaster, too. Taskmaster is going to be really awesome. And now my number 7 spot is going to go to another MCU movie, and that is ShangChi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. Yes, ShangChi, Legend of the Ten Rings is definitely up there, my most anticipated. I love ShangChi as a character. And when I first heard that he was being brought into the MCU, it really got me excited a lot, because this is this character that not much people know, that not much people even ever really heard about, and he's an awesome character, a kung fu and all that, and I just can't wait to get into this movie. It's been something I've been really waiting for, and I was so shocked to hear that they were making this, and I love the cast too that they got on with this. The guy who's playing Shang-Chi looks awesome. I just can't wait for this movie. My hype level is really up there for it. Now in my 6th spot on the list, I'm going to have to give it to A Quiet Place Part 2. And yeah, this is another repeat from last year. I know, it's another repeat, but I honestly really loved the first Quiet Place. It's probably one of my favorite modern horror films to date. It's probably one of my favorites. And when I've heard that they were doing the second one, I was so excited. And John Cranston is coming back to direct it. I don't think he's going to be in this one because he did die in the last one, so I don't think he's going to be in it. And this one, we're going to see the events of the family basically dealing with aftermath of what happened, I think. And we're going to get Cillian Murphy's going to be coming in here too with it. I can't wait to see him and what he has to do with this film and how he connects with it. It seems really cool, and I feel like we're going to get more into the lore of the monsters and whatever invaded them, and I can't wait for A Quiet Place Part 2. Now my number 5 spot, I'm gonna have to give it to the Snyder Cut. Yes, our boy Zack Snyder is finally getting his Snyder Cut. You know, the Snyder Cut is something I was really happy for. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but with the age of HBO Max and all that, it's finally coming in, and I can't wait for that. Did get the first Justice League movie, and the first Justice League movie was like, yeah, it was what it was. Directed by Joss Whedon. We know there was some behind the scenes stuff going on. We're not going to get into that right here, but basically, I think it's really awesome that Zack Snyder is able to now, with HBO Max, completely show his vision and show what he wanted to do with the Justice League movie. And it could be good, it could be bad, who knows, but I'm just happy that he actually gets to go and give his vision and show what he wanted to do that he didn't get to do in the first place. And we're getting Ben Affleck back as Batman, so come on, we can't go wrong in that. And now on to my number 4 spot, I'm going to have to give it to Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yes, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, directed by Andy Serkis. I can't wait for that. That is going to be awesome. The first Venom, I know there was some controversy behind the first Venom. A lot of people didn't like it, some people did. I was one of the people that I really enjoyed Venom. I did. I was a fan of it. I know there were problems to it. I know it's not the greatest comic book movie ever made. I know it could be better, but I liked what we got. And then I love Tom Hardy as Venom. I thought he's a perfect casting for Venom, and he did a great job. I love him as Venom. And now we're getting Andy Serkis in a directing field for the second one. And Andy Serkis, come on, the dude is just a master at everything he does. Andy Serkis is one of the greats in my opinion. And to have him directing a big CGI type of film, when we know he knows a lot about motion capture and all that, I think he's a perfect choice. And again, Tom Hardy's great, and we're getting Woody Harrelson as Carnage. We're finally going to see a live-action Carnage. It's a childhood dream come true, honestly. So, yeah, Venom, Let There Be Carnage is way up there on my list. And now number 3 on my list is going to have to be another Spider-Man movie, and that is Spider-Man 3, the untitled Spider-Man 3. And, oh boy, this has been something that a lot of news articles have been going around, a lot of stuff been going around about this film, and let me just say everything we've been hearing, even though most of it has not been confirmed, but it seems like it's coming from pretty reliable sources that are saying this, and that we're going to be getting Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back in here, and the Spider-Man is going to be a whole Spider-Verse thing, and we're even hearing rumors that Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox is going to be coming in here, and this one, we're hearing a lot of rumors. I don't know how much are true, I don't know how much are fake, because we're even also hearing other villains. Jamie Foxx's Electro is supposed to be coming back in here somehow. It's going to be a bonkers movie. It could honestly very much be one of the biggest comic book movies of all time. It might be even bigger than Infinity War, honestly, because this is the Spider-Verse, and this is something I feel like people have been waiting for ages and years, long before they even thought about Infinity War. This is something Spider-Man fans always wanted. So yeah, the untitled Spider-Man 3 that's yet to be titled is definitely up there on my list. Yeah, I really can't wait for the untitled Spider-Man 3 and to see Tom Holland coming back and see where they leave off after they left off from where we left off in the last one in the Spider-Man Far From Home. I can't wait to see how that story is going to come in and how all this is going to mix together and work. I really can't wait to see it. And now we're down to number 2 on my list, and number 2 is going to have to go to Halloween Kills. Yes, Halloween Kills, directed by David Gordon Green again. I can't wait for this. I really liked the first one, Halloween 2018, the kind of like remake sequel-ish to the original Halloween, where it forgets all the other sequels and we're just focused on 2018. I was a fan of it. To me, that was the best sequel to Halloween since the original. And even though I did have my issues with it, there were some stuff I didn't agree with. But overall, I really liked the movie. And now we're getting a sequel to that movie, Halloween Kills, which is kind of like the third one in the Halloween franchise, basically. Really confusing, I know. But I can't wait to see it and see where he left off, especially now since it says Halloween Kills. That means the gore's going to go up, the body count's going to go up, and I can't wait for that. I'm really stoked for this movie, and I'm ready to see this movie tomorrow, honestly. Some honorable mentions, since we have so much coming out this year. I just want to say that the new Spaceman, the new Legacy, looks really good with LeBron James coming in here. Also, Spiral, the Book of Saw, was starring Chris Rock. Really surprisingly, that looks honestly really good. I can't wait for that either. Ghostbusters Afterlife, the kind of, I think, the real third to the Ghostbusters, what they're doing, and Paul Rudd's going to be in it. I can't wait for that. That is something I am really looking forward to. Now on to my actual number one on my most anticipated for 2021. And this movie, the more and more I hear about it, the more and more I get so excited about it. And I just can't wait. I love everyone involved in it. And that is, number one, The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. Yes, I cannot wait for The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. I was really disappointed with the first Suicide Squad, and I know there were a lot of studio interference with that one, I know. And I love James Gunn as a director. I think he did amazing with the first Guardians. I even like the second Guardians. I know not a lot of people do, but I like the second Guardians. I love James Gunn's movies, Slither, and even his old Scooby-Doo movies. I love them. So I really can't wait for this one, and the whole cast they have involved in it, and even what James Gunn is saying, that this is his most passionate project that he's ever done, and that he feels very good about this. And just to hearing him say all the passion and all the stuff he's saying about it, I can't wait. And these characters, he's using obscure kind of characters that nobody really knows, and he's putting them in here. It's really awesome. This might be one of the biggest comic book movies of all time, honestly. Just like with Spider-Man 3, it's definitely up there, and I can't wait for James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I'm ready to see that now. There's my top 10 most anticipated for 2021, guys. What did you think of my list? Comment down below and let me know. And also let me know your list. I would love to know what your list. You probably have a lot of repeats too, like me, because yeah, it was just one of those years where we need some repeats. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate you guys' support all the time. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a good new year. Let's hope this new year is a great one, and I'll see you guys next time.